going on, guys? It's back again. It is 4:35 a.m. December 19th, 2020. Um, and this is episode 4. This is going to be, I guess, college part 2. Um, so I'm gonna wrap up at the end. I'm gonna start at the end of the semester because I didn't go over that in the last episode. I literally just realized that right now. So that's pretty fucking sweet. Um, yeah. So picking up from last episode. So the end of the semester is rolling around, and final exams are coming in. I have 30s, 40s, 50s in my classes, except for English, where I had a 98. But once again, fuck English. That shit sucks, dog. Um, and I'm studying for these semester finals, and I have one memory of that. I think it was like halfway through the week before finals, and I'm studying every night till late and early as hell. Um, so I'm just stressed, depressed, filled with anxiety, and it was so draining. It got to the point where in the past few weeks before finals, I was skipping classes to sleep, and I don't sleep late. I really don't. Even if I had gone to bed at 9, I was sleeping until 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It wasn't good. It was not good at all. It was just a terrible experience. Um, but again, I already stressed that enough in the last episode. So, goddamn, I noticed this when I first started, but I am really noticing the bags under my eyes. That is how tired I am. I went to work at 8. I got off at 9. Went to the gym for an hour. Came home. Was talking to someone on the phone for an hour and a half. And then was laying in bed. And then all of a sudden, it was fucking... I think I went to sleep for a little bit. Maybe 30 minutes. Honestly, I have no clue. I don't know how it ended up being 2 o'clock. Then I started watching a stream. And then, for whatever reason, I started doing this. But again, that's besides the point. Um, yeah. So here we are. So I remember one particular night I was studying. I was studying chemistry. And it was like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I had been studying all day. And I was just freaking out, had a severe anxiety attack. And I called my mom at 3 in the morning. Obviously, she was asleep. Just crying my eyes out, saying, "Mom, I don't know what else to do. I'm spending all of my time studying, and it's just I'm failing, Mom. I'm failing. I'm failing. I'm a failure." And she started crying, cause I don't tell my parents things. I don't. When my mom first checked my grades when they were bad, she thought I was just slacking off, and you know, oh, I'm on my own. No, I don't feel like going to class today. No one's gonna tell me shit. But that wasn't the case. Um, she caught on pretty early about the fact that I was struggling pretty hard with college. My dad was kind of in the dark about it because, well, I was 18. You know, um, I wasn't, I guess, legally required to visit him every other weekend. Um, so he was kind of in the dark about it. I guess I don't know if my mom told him, and he just never said anything about it to me. Um, I have no clue. Uh, if that was the case, shout out to you, Dad. Because trust me, coming from you, that would have fucked me up pretty bad. That would have fucked me up very bad. Um, but yeah. So, come on, focus, camera. I'm sorry, I'm blocking my beautiful face. Beautiful, tired face. And I have no lights on, so it probably doesn't help camera quality either. I saw the fucking channel intro. It looks like shit, but I don't care, because that's not the point of these videos. Once again, these videos are very unprofessional. And once again, I don't care. It's not the point. So, anyways, back to the story about me calling my mom at 3 in the morning. She said, here's what I want you to do, baby. I'm going to pick a time for you. And I'm picking that time as 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock every day, you are going to essentially clock out. Whatever you're doing, whether it's homework, studying, anything related to school, close it. Clock out. You are done. Okay? It's not worth it. It's not worth it to let it eat you alive. And I did that. And it didn't help my, well, I take that back. It did. It did help my anxiety. It didn't make it go away, because obviously I was still anxious. Oh my God, I only studied for 3 hours today instead of the usual 10. You know what I mean? But it did help, because I wasn't freaking out about not remembering how to do something that I should have learned a month ago. So it did help. And that was some of the best advice I had gotten in college. And it wasn't even advice. She was basically telling me just to give up for my own sake. And I did that. 5 o'clock every day, I would clock out. Even during finals week. 5 o'clock, I'm clocking out. She said, I want you to just survive this. I want you to survive this semester, and we'll figure out what we're going to do later. And that's what I did. I failed all my finals except for English. Got a 99 on my final. Finished the class with a 98. Every single other one of those finals, chemistry, biology, lab for biology, and trigonometry, I failed. I got in the low teens in 2 classes. I got a 14 and a 17 in trigonometry and chemistry, in that order. So, semester ends. I come back home. I packed up everything. I wasn't coming back. There was no way I could. I just couldn't do it. So I packed up everything that last day of finals, and I was just done. I was just done. I was so drained. And so it was winter break. Off of school for a month. I had a month to figure out what I was going to do next. So the initial plan was that I was going to transfer to the college that was close to home, because the college I was going to was an hour and 45 minutes away from my mom's house, which is where I was, I guess, technically staying. Because I'd stay in the dorm room during the week, and then on weekends I'd come back home. But yeah, so the initial plan was that I was going to transfer. So of course, naturally, I'd put it off because, I'm not the most punctual person. I do tend to procrastinate a little bit. But even through my procrastination, I still get whatever I need to do done. So that wasn't necessarily an issue through college. It is what it is. So I had planned on transferring, so I filled out all the transfer forms, talked to who I needed to talk to at the local college, and tried to jumpstart the transferring process. And I was going to switch my major. I was just going to do general education until I could find something else that I wanted to do. Had no backup plan. Didn't know what the fuck I was going to do. Because again, coming back to the Finding Nemo DVD, I had told myself that I wanted to be a marine biologist for most of my life, and I didn't bother coming up with a backup plan. Um, so, transfer process went through, and I get an email back, or I get a phone call back, saying my transfer GPA from my previous college was too low. I needed a 1.7 to be able to transfer. I had a 1.3, which is not good. If anyone's watching this not from the United States, 1.3 GPA basically collectively grades all of your grades, if that makes sense, and gives you a lump sum average of your grades. So say you got a 4.0 GPA, that means you got an A in every class. If you have a 3, that means you got a B in every class. If you got a 2, that means you got a C. If you got a 1, that means you got a D. Or no, it means you got an F. I don't fucking remember. This is why I'm not in school anymore. I'm a smart guy, but not that smart. Anyways, you get the point. I was failing miserably. So they had given me my options. I could either fill out a form and appeal to the board and try and get transferred anyways, or I could go to a community college first semester to bring up my GPA so that I can transfer the following semester. So I said, okay, give me the form so I can fill out, so I don't have to go, waste a semester at a community college. So they give me the form, and I'd have to answer in prompt form. It had given me prompt questions, and I was to reply however I saw fit and answer the question honestly to the best of my ability. And as I had previously mentioned, I'm a bullshitter. I can write you a 5-page essay on something you've never heard of. So my usual self would look at these questions and tell them what they wanted to hear, and I could probably get away with it. I probably could have transferred. Honestly, I probably could have won the appeal. That's how confident I am in my bullshitting. And that was like the only thing I was confident in. And you know what I'm just now realizing? I didn't go over any of my social issues in college, so there might be a short part 3 for college. I will figure that out once I finish this video. And then as I'm looking at these prompts with questions, and one question in particular stuck with me. The question was, and I quote, "What do you feel you could have done differently?" That was a question. And normal me would say, in all honesty, I was nervous about using the school resources. I could have utilized them more. I could have spent more time studying, coming fresh out of high school. I had never spent this much time studying. I wasn't used to it. And I could have pulled it off in a very elegant way, and probably could have won the appeal. But then this thought entered my head, and it's not like me to think like this. I thought to myself, I had done everything in my power to get good grades. I put myself through emotional hell, through mental hell, in order to try and get good grades. And it just wasn't good enough. My best was not good enough. Again, don't know why that thought entered my head. That's not something that I would put. And I had put off answering those prompts because I was thinking about that. Said I had done everything. And I don't think any other college is going to be any different, because it's not like the college that I went to was a super preppy, super hard college. It was a run-of-the-mill public college, not popular by any means. it was a college. You know what I mean? So that's when I seriously explored the idea of possibly dropping out. Um, and so as the winter break went on, um, it was very early January, and the semester was going to be starting soon. And I still hadn't applied. Um, well, obviously, because I would have to either go to community college or fill out that form, and I had done neither. Because that thought really stuck with me that I had done everything I could. So I get a call from my mom, who works at a collision center, and she asked me, "Hey, do you want to make some money?" And I'm like, yes. I don't have a job. I have no money. I'd love to make some money. What do you got?" So, okay, our porter is going to be out for 2 weeks. Do you want to fill in for him? I said, what am I going to be doing? Well, your main thing is going to be washing cars, but you'd be taking out trash, sweeping the floor. I said, yep, I'm down. I'll be there tomorrow. Because it was already like 11:30 because I'd slept late. She had called me about 8 o'clock. Um, so the next day rolls around, and I start doing these shows. The guys at the shop show me what to do. Um, and I just got to work. Was focused. Got my work done. Did a pretty good job for first starting out. And I enjoyed it. And I know to many of you, this probably sounds like shit work. Who the fuck wants to wash cars, take out trash, and sweep floors? Who would enjoy that? You know? But I did. And it's not that I enjoyed the actual act of taking out garbage and sweeping a floor. I enjoyed getting up, going to work, coming home, and knowing that I just made money. You know what I mean? It's a very fulfilling feeling. And I loved it. And so about a week and a half into it, my mom asked me what I was going to do about college. And I said, Mom, honestly, I'm considering working full time. I like being a porter. I like doing what I'm doing right now. And I like getting paid. Never had a job before. I know. I was 18 at the time, and I never had a job. Boo-hoo. Is what it is. I got one now, losers. So it's okay. Yeah. So I started working, and talked to my mom about possibly dropping out. Is this what you want to do? And I didn't even have to think about it. I knew that's what I wanted to do. I said yes. Because I had a very steep background in cars. My dad loves classic cars, takes me to car shows. I love classic cars. I love cars in general. I love learning about how they work. And you know, I just love cars. I don't know how else to say it. I'm not a car freak, but I love cars. I love working with cars. So the shop that I had been filling in for had taken me on for another week, full time. I had officially dropped out of college and working full time. And I was finally happy with something that I had done in my life. Eventually, I got transferred to a different location because the store that I had started at couldn't take me on full time. I started being a porter at a different location, and I'm still at that location to this day. Of course, I'm doing a different job now, but I'll get to that. But I was working full time. I was getting paid every 2 weeks, roughly the same amount every time. Waking up, going to work, coming home from work, and having literally no stress. It was such a liberating feeling to have no stress. But anyway, I guess I kind of went into my work life in the college episode when I probably could be talking about my social stuff. But we're nearing on 20 minutes, so I don't want to hold this one too long. in the next episode, I'm gonna do. In the next episode, I'm gonna kind of do a half and half. I'm gonna do my social problems in college for the first half, and then go into my working part of my life. So that's going to do it for episode 4. If you guys are actually watching this far, you guys are awesome. It is now 4:55 a.m. and I still got to crush out the rest of these videos. I plan on finishing everything up until the present me, the 4:56 a.m. December 19th, 2020 me. Shouldn't take too much longer. A couple more episodes, and then I'll kind of delve into what I hope for the future for this channel. So anyways, that's the end of episode 4. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Adios.